No.
Them food here make you neglect your child.
Show love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Let's see what's on the docket here.
12 churros, $16. That's really good. One churro, $1.50. I've never had a filled churro. But like Churro Mania, I think they have like...
Yeah, they
like,
have some craze in it.
like-
This sounds insane. And this sounds insane. One vanilla churro and then the churro sandwich again. Alright, so you guys got to watch us try to make a decision here. This might be a mistake going for dessert this early because if we see anything else to eat, it's only going home from here. Listen, we're promoting everybody that will come to.
Everyone we eat at today.
Mexico, we could say
The X's of churro.
churro with the eggs.
With an egg. Okay.
Okay. So it is still churro. Alright.
He was just saying in Mexico that the CH sound is made by what we know in English with the CH, but it also is made by the X, which actually makes the X make sense. Because otherwise in English we use the X to do things that we could do with Z. So
True. Yeah.
in Mexico they seem to be using the lettering a little better than we are. So here's the simple churros. We're gonna try that.
Yo, they look so good.
Let's take a look first. Here's the vanilla filled. Here's just the plain. The smell is amazing. It's not too much cinnamon smell. Not too much of that like just drowned in sugar. I'm gonna bite into this. I'm sorry.
You gonna bite into
Get
both?
left.
This one. Let me see. It's filled all the way through?
Yeah. Jesus.
It's good?
Yo. No man, Lisa, you just have to taste it.
Let's see.
Try the vanilla one.
Really soft. No. Actually. Really, really good.
Come on.
Really good. I want to try the plain one.
The plain one. Lisa gonna try the plain one.
It's really good. I really like the stuffed one,
Yeah.
but the plain one is...
The quality of the plain one is
Yeah.
really good.
Why do the churros we know, why are they tough?
Because they're probably just made and just sit on hold.
These are so good.
There's no competition with the stuffed one.
Oh, for real? I
stuffed
think
one
I
is
like
so
the plain
amazing.
one. Look at the layers of flakiness. If that's how authentic churros taste, then we have to stop relying on Disney as our baseline, you know, because this is how I guess they're supposed to taste.
Disneyland churros, we're coming for you.
Oh yeah, Disneyland
Because-
churros. They say that that's better.
They say it's way better. And I give it, you know, you're right there on the West Coast, you're right there. So you
True.
probably have some authentic like import. I'll wait till we get them, but this is the standard
Oh,
of
man.
churro I've had in
I
life
want to
right
finish it, but I'm like, we got a churro sandwich coming. Don't forget about the churro sandwich.
You can tell that we are tourists because like other people come up and like right away they're just like
They
12
know.
churros.
Yeah, they
Let's
know.
go.
They know their order.
You kind of wasting them time on the 1, 2 and the sandwich about.
And questions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone here that we've encountered so far, they're like, if you have questions, ask. These people know what they're doing. They come, they order, they're in and out. But we're like kind of linger. His menus in English, but some of the menus are just fully in Spanish. So I had a little difficulty. I had to think back about my Spanish and, you know, what preguntas I had. Everybody was helpful so far. So you might be wondering what's taking so long with the churro sandwich. Because he's making it. He's actually physically over there making the churro from scratch. Isn't that cool?
So it looks like what they do is instead of making it into a stick, they make it into a swirl to make the top part, to make the sandwich out of it. What I will say is unfortunately, what is a possibility, not trying to rain on the churro parade like I said, but what is a possibility is this could be almost too much and end up being colliding. But we're going to see how it is.
Wow.
Instagrammable though.
Yo.
Look at this thing. So what is that? Cream or ice cream?
That's ice cream. That's ice cream.
Oh, so this
And he
really
filled it up. So that's $8. At Disney, this would be like freaking $12, $15.
$12,
You know?
$15, easy $15.
Next question. How do you eat this?
Good luck.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
The churro is warm.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Yeah, the churro's warm. Oh my god, it's hot.
Very warm.
Oh man, I
Yo.
don't know.
Them foodie make you nick like a child. Ever so often I have to keep looking by me and remind myself the stroller is there. Sorry, Kellan, in the future.
Alright.
Yo.
We're gonna have to do it real style. Churro sandwich.
What are you doing? Deconstructing?
You have to.
The bottom churro is super hot though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real though, I will say this is definitely shareable. You don't need this whole thing to yourself. You'll want it to yourself, but you don't need it to yourself. Yo,
So
if
good.
you can churro bun that then make it into like a, even that is better than the churros that I've tasted in the past.
This one has to be harder in order to fit the ice cream. And it's hard to pick up, but this crispiness is different from like
From that
the
like
Disney like tough.
crustiness, that's like, this is like Lisa is saying, 100%. It has to be a little harder than the soft churro stick, but the difference is like this still tastes fresher than that. That feels like it's hard because it's old, or it's been sitting for a while, or it has to have something that can sit down. But this, sorry for Lisa, man, I don't know who tell her to pull a big argument, I know. And all I know, she's doing the right thing to asking the guy if she can film him making the churros. Baby, what, yo, listen, this is why you need to like, comment, share, subscribe and all of that, because this is the sacrifice. While Lisa over there schmoozing, she's over here losing. Yo, I'm not getting paid to tell you this. We didn't get this free, nothing is coming. Yeah, this is where the dad bought. Sorry. For all of you workout people, when I feel it, sorry for myself looking in the mirror and saying, yo, I want to be in better shape, you know, I want a six-pack and blah, blah, blah. Then I have something like this and I say, yo, you know what, the dad bod really not that bad, bro. Dad bod life is not really that bad. You know what Lisa gonna eat, you know. By the time she come back, all she got is the churros for dip in some ice cream sauce. In case you can't tell, I was super wrong about it being gliding. You can't eat this by yourself. Share this.
Give us some ice cream though. Daddy's over here eating
By the way,
everything.
don't ask
then,
why I'm eating it with a fork. They gave us a fork and I'm just rocking with it because I don't know if that's just the way it's supposed to do it. Or if I'm just running out of spoon.
I think you're supposed to like pick it up, but we can't do that. So, Mr. Churro, he said they've been doing this for 25 years. Family-owned business. They know what they're doing. Don't mind while we pig out. So you just saw Xurro Factory. We're gonna go through the list.
So first of all, on variety, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Ooh, okay.
The only reason is, I mean, you have to be practical. It's a Churro Factory, so really,
I'm gonna
maybe
pull
I
up the
have
menu,
to take
'cause
it.
I
I
don't
have
think
to
he-
take
I don't
it
think
back
he
and say,
remembers.
like, for what you'd think, like, how many different ways can they give you a churro? Like, it's exceptional. They are really giving you, but I mean, obviously, if you don't like churros, then you're not going to exactly
I
like that.
disagree. I disagree. Let me go through the menu again. Remember, they have churros. They have the churro sundae, the churro s'mores, the churro sandwich, funnel cake.
No, I'm not mad at anybody that wants to give it higher than that.
And then I actually saw somebody order the horchata. I think that's the oatmeal, like an oatmeal drink, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
They had smoothies, they had iced coffees. They had a churro milkshake that I'm probably gonna get next time we go. Variety. Like you said, there's like, what else can you do with churros? But I think they did a good job of
But I'm not saying anything, you know, wrong with it. I'm just saying there's only so much you can do with a churro. I think they've maxed out everything that they can. So I definitely have to give them like all props. Now, if churros are not your all end all.
Okay, but let's question that. So what could they have added to give you some more variety?
Nothing. I mean, but that's the thing. When you only sell one thing, I don't know if I can give you a 5 out of 5 if you're like a lemonade stand. No matter what you've done, if you've done the maximum amount of different lemonades, and someone can disagree with me. Someone can say, listen, I've been to a restaurant that only serves peanut butter and jelly, and they did everything that they can as far as peanut butter and jelly. I'm giving them 5 stars. That's cool. I totally understand that. Yeah, I'm not mad at anybody saying it's higher than that.
Pricing.
Again, there's no point to talking about this. There's nothing that was unreasonably priced. I think they actually had some of the best pricing that I saw there for what you were purchasing. Like, everything seemed fair, and it also talks to the quality of the food. Like,
Okay.
It's a waste of time to me.
So a churro at Disney, beating up on Disney right now. It's $5.
A churro.
A churro. These are $1.50, and they are the best churros I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
Are they well stocked?
Yeah,
He makes them by hand, pretty much. He mixes and then he like molds it.
Again, in a place that you only sell one thing, if you run out of that one thing, then you can only get a pass fail here. So it's an obvious pass for me. 5.
Okay, so the owner was there, and he was saying, again, it's a family-run business. There are locations up north. I can't remember the state, but there are like 2 other locations in Orlando, but this is the food truck part. But it's literally like, according to the website, it's like sisters and then him, the brother. So it really is a family affair. He's kind of taken the Florida bit of it, and they do in their up north locations, they have the food truck go to like birthday parties and stuff like that.
Like
he
catering,
said,
okay.
Yeah, he said he's gonna venture out to that pretty soon. Appearance. Again, they had picnic tables. It wasn't as fancy as the food part, but it was very comfortable with the seating and stuff like that. A lot of people picked up and left, but we sat down comfortably and kind of enjoyed what we were eating.
Now, their food does kind of cater to that. This is not something that you really need to sit for a long period of time and have. You can either take it to go,
or
you can kind of just
like,
go
take
with.
me on a date and then like sit
But I
down
think like
and,
the
like,
whole
look into my
ranch,
eyes and eat a churro with me.
the whole Orange Blossom Flea Market would be the date at that point. So I don't know if their particular location, I think I'll be a little harder on them just because of their location. Right behind them is the main road, and over there they try, they did what they can. They definitely have accommodations for you to sit down.
Kellan enjoyed looking towards the
cars,
street and seeing the cars. There's a train over there, so
it's probably the lowest
view.
score that I would give them is maybe a 4. Just because, again,
like
in comparison to the rest of the ranch, there are people that are really overdoing it, and working with what they have. They did a decent job. It's not, again, if you're a little bougie, the benches are gonna seem a little like rustic. But again, nothing major. Again, you just gotta know where you are.
Yeah, customer service. So I'm gonna leave that one to Dan.
This is an interesting one. For me, this is an experience that didn't start out great and got much better. It wasn't that he wasn't professional at all. I don't want to take anything away from that. I am just holding it to the high standard of every other customer service experience that I was having. Now, if I was somewhere down in Miami or something like that, that would have just been run-of-the-mill, almost expected to get this like kind of standoffish vibe. And initially, I thought that's where I was getting. He was just a little bit more stoic and like reserved than the other people that were very like accommodating and smiling and friendly and talkative. So it didn't start off as great as it ended. Eventually he kind of opened up. He's been in the business for over 20 years.
We were talking a while before we kind of ordered, so we were like had the camera, we were like chit-chatting amongst each other. So I think he might have just been like, what are these idiots doing over here? Like, I'm
not gonna say I blame him, but again, it was kind of initially just a little stoic, a little tiny bit standoffish, but then he opened
really
up and
really did warm up.
Yeah.
When he was just like, oh, you guys are just like here to like
plus when
enjoy
he eating them thing, after a while they don't care. I think also he's used to much quicker interactions. People walk up, they're like, yo, let me get my 12 churros, and they walk off. They go back with food from somewhere else, they grab it and they go. So, and they actually travel pretty well. I have to give them that. They're excellent fresh though. I mean, if you get the chance to eat them fresh, eat them fresh. But us kind of sitting there, kind of I think maybe kind of threw him off a little bit that we were just like filming and like sitting, and you don't know what anyone is doing with a camera these days. So I'm not gonna be too brutal with him there. It's not a 5 for me, but like I'll give him a 4 because it started off in like 2.5, 3 territory and built up. So yeah.
But he was nice to me every time I went up there and talked to him. He engaged with me, you know.
It.
So I give it a 5 still. But again, he answered all the questions that we had, that we wanted to know a little bit more about the business and about the actual food and the technique. And he was really, just like open to like, we've been here, or it's been a family-owned business. I think did he say 20 years or 25 years?
I know 20 was in the mix.
Yeah, so that is a long time to know your churro. He educated us on like the actual like X and CH. You just saw that. So that was really great. Like we enjoyed the whole experience in the end.
Absolutely no disparity. Again, I felt like even though I didn't feel like I was getting the most amazing customer service experience, I didn't feel like that was reserved specifically for me. I didn't feel singled out. I didn't feel like an outsider. Like I said, I think he's just used to his clientele kind of being much quicker in interactions. So I might have been throwing him off a bit initially. But yeah, I didn't feel like I was getting that treatment because of the color of my skin, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
so we really did enjoy sitting down and eating. You saw we ate our churro sandwich. Yeah. We were originally going to take it home, but we sat down and ate the majority of it before we left.
And you know what? I have to give them special points again. Maybe I have to take that 4 back from earlier. Even though this is a churro place, the ice cream was exceptional.
It was.
It was really good ice cream. Like it was good enough to go there and just be like, yo, I'll just want some ice cream.
Yes. Okay, Leo, if you're watching this would be my suggestion. I'm going to see if he agrees with me. I was thinking about this when I was editing. If he changed the sandwich to a cone, I think that would be more enjoyable. Because it was harder to eat.
It might be hard to make, but yeah, it would be interesting. I know,
but if you could, I think that would be easier.
Or at least maybe like a churro bowl. Maybe a bowl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes!
Okay, yeah. Because we ended up eating the ice cream and then eating the churro. So
just my greedy gut, I would have stick like maybe one of the stuffed ones in the middle, ice cream around it. I made a bowl out of it, and it would be exceptional. Holla at me, Leo. We can do this. We can do this. I'm telling you.
We can make something happen.
So as far as authenticity, listen, I'm not an expert on any kind of cuisine, even my own, unfortunately. But I have to say, as someone who has been to Mexico,
we've been to Mexico
more than once,
separately and then together. But have you ever had a churro in Mexico?
I've actually had churros the last time I went there, and they were good. They were still better than your like run of the mill like churro mania in the mall. But this one was
better. Okay,
by far.
So I've never had it, so you can compare it. So all right, good job.
It felt authentic. You got a very knowledgeable person. Listen, it is a skill. It is a talent to know your craft that well. People will sit down there and watch somebody make a cup of coffee and say, that's not just a work, that's a barista. So this person put some respect on their name. They've dedicated themselves to making this thing exceptional.
True. Hours. So he said that this time of the season, he's doing Friday through Sunday from early in the day till 9 p.m. Is that a little too early for dessert?
I don't feel that way. It's the nature of the beach, unfortunately, with them all being moms and pops. And one of the huge complaints that they all were saying is that like Google Maps doesn't even have them on there, which is really unfair to their business. For his hours, it's something you can go there. I need 12.
I will say
and you go.
That he stated that he finds that people will be like, the changing economy. People will rather, I got $20, I'm gonna spend that on fish, beef, and chicken. Like that's dessert, what they want.
So it's not a total necessity. Some people are gonna come there for dinner, and he's saying, sometimes he gets skipped out.
But, I do definitely understand.
It's not like culture like Americans where it's like 3-course meal. Like, if you have a $20. You're probably gonna hit up the taco spot.
Price for $1.50 You
Yeah.
really could kind of add that in. Maybe that will be something that we do one day. We'll just take a $50 and see what we can get at all the different stops, and make a meal, like a family meal for $50, and have beverage, food, and dessert, and see what we can do.
Well, I don't know, so I forgot waste at least $8 on one of the
On one of those
beverages.
beverages, exactly. So overall, we're gonna say that this is a, you ready?
You said what you're giving them.
Oh, I think he's gonna give me a different one. 5 hearts. 5 hearts.
So even with points off on those things, overall pushing him to the thing there, I'm gonna give him a soft 5.
Okay.
It's still made it to a
Yes.
5 out of 5 for
A
me.
lot of the things that Dan said were not deal breakers, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
They're just
for
things to
me,
be
I was
aware
like
of.
5, 5, 5. Yeah.
They're just things to be aware of. It's not perfect, but the product makes up for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, definitely will be going back. And funny enough, because I am terrible with my diet right now, I'll probably be doing the opposite of what the problem that he says he's having, which is I might just stop there and only get churros.
or start
or
with
something like that.
Start
So,
the adventure with the churro.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Okay, we're going home, but we stopped to grab some food to take home with us, because even though we're full right now, we had a great meal at Sal and Pimenta, which is salt and pepper in English. And then we had amazing churros at Xurro Factory. Now we are grabbing some Chinese food, Chinese fusion. I believe it's Chinese Puerto Rican fusion. So I'm excited about that. But we're gonna take that home and eat that when we get home, which I think will fare well with the drive home. You know, there's some foods that are just like, you have to kind of eat it when it's fresh. But this is one of those foods that I think you can warm up and it would be like really good. So we're gonna take this home. I actually saw some guys eating some of the rolls. The rolls look amazing. I'm like, I really want to like film them because they look really good. Rolls, like they're preparing them. I could see them in the truck preparing them. They look really like good. And throughout the day, we saw a lot of people coming over here. So, you know, all the food at all of the stops that we've been to, they're making them fresh. So it can take 20 to 30 minutes, because that's what she told us. The wait can be a little long. I think she was kind of trying to discourage me from staying because of the wait, but we kind of knew that that was going to be the thing. So I'm going to show you the menu and we'll come back to pick it up. Okay, what we're getting is the chicken chop suey and the sweet and sour chicken. The honey sesame chicken sounded good, but we're just going to stick with the sweet and sour chicken tonight and the chicken chop suey. So Kellan is hungry, and the only place that literally has been consistent the whole day, people have been coming here and ordering, is this Vidal's Grill. All day, literally all day since we've been here. Like, we've been here for maybe like 2 hours or so. People have been coming and ordering from this place. But right now, all they have is fries. It's good to see that they sold out. It's good to see that they've been active. You know, some of the food that they have is like, you know, chimichurri and tacos, and there's a lot of things that I actually don't know, or like I don't really know the type of food, but it seems to be like a very active Puerto Rican restaurant. I'll tell you, the fries are amazing.
Alright, so to sum up the trip, there were a couple of other stops there. Some honorary mentions was the Vidal's Grill.
We
The
just
fries
got
were
fries
decent.
there. But they were sold out.
Certainly everything.
We weren't hungry at that point, but Kellan wanted something, and
I
fries
will go
was,
back
yeah.
and see what the hype is, because they were getting hit up hard though.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, everybody had to be jealous of the amount of traffic
Yeah.
that they were seeing. People were going straight over there or parking from down here and walking there
yeah.
and walking past everything. So I'll give them that. So let me set the scene at this one. So initially when we got there, this is the place that I think Lisa was the most excited about.
Yes.
And it sounded amazing. It was going to be fusion. We've already dipped our taste buds one time in Puerto Rican Chinese food, which Jamaicans have this mentality of saying that's not like Jamaican Chinese
We're
food too.
bossy about our Chinese
yeah,
food, okay?
So we were very, very much hype about this. Lisa was the one that had the main experience with them, so she would have to tell you her overall feeling of what happened with them. I just ended up getting the food when we got it home. And I can kind of tell you what I thought of the food from there, but I'm gonna let Lisa pretty much handle this one.
So just to start, I'm just gonna go through a real quick eval of the restaurant.
So the variety.
All right, so variety. It did have a really good selection. They had rolls, they had noodles, they had some appetizers.
And she seemed very hype about the rolls. Like I'm willing to go back and try the rolls.
Trust me, I really wanted to like film these guys eating these rolls, but they looked really good, nice and fresh, and they were talking about them. I would go back to try that.
Pricing.
So pricing, they weren't affordable. Actually,
I felt like the pricing was a mixed bag because
the chop suey is. What did we just get? We just got the chop suey, right? Did we get something else?
On the rice, I think there was 2 items.
2 items, okay. The chop suey was about this size. It was a big round container of that, but everything came out to $20. Again, you didn't see us like
the
show
rice
the
portion
food.
was kind of small.
Yes, yeah. So again, but it was $20 and like 23 cents for everything. As noted in the video, I kind of stated that they told me like before I ordered, she was stating that the wait was going to be like 20 minutes. So I felt like she was kind of telling me that she didn't want me to order. And then as soon as I ordered, she closed the window and then put the close sign. So I was like, oh, okay. But that was kind of the experience that kind of threw me off. But like I said, they had seemed like to have a great variety. The food looked great from what I saw ordered. The food that we got looked nice, but I was looking for like bolder flavors and stuff like that, like a more Cantonese kind of feel.
The outside presentation wasn't terrible. It wasn't something that looked like it was like, you know, raggedy in comparison to anywhere else out there. It looked pretty much like it fit in with the rest of the ranch, but they just weren't doing anything exceptional either. They
do accept DoorDash orders and stuff like that. So maybe they were backed up with orders online and on the phone and stuff like that. So,
but again, that's not my problem. So I'm gonna have to say that I would take points off of that. Yeah, you already kind of started with customer service.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the knowledge before you get into anything else?
Okay, so Dan has knowledge, friendliness, and I don't think I got enough time to even engage with the woman that was there. Yeah. Just gonna leave it as that.
Yeah, so from what Lisa described, again, my most controversial thing on my list here is a disparity or prioritizing of like
I don't want to answer that. Okay. I don't want to answer that.
So clearly I feel like Lisa might have felt like there was a little bit of that. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure.
There was a couple that was there prior and they knew Spanish, but they...
Oh, so you did get that vibe?
Yeah.
I kind of felt... I thought initially, even when you described it to me, I thought it was just the time at which you were ordering, so I felt like they would have given that energy to anyone. But that's kind of disheartening to kind of feel like...
Because they ordered, they spoke, you know, they're bilingual. They were speaking to me because they saw me filming. So they had ordered prior to me. And I don't feel like she kind of rushed them. But maybe there was interaction before I arrived with them and they like, you know. But when I came in, I ordered literally like right after them. And it just was like, okay, it's going to take 20 minutes. Like... Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't bode very well because I thought it was just like subpar customer service, but it was equal, like everybody, like kind of like in a Jamaican restaurant, like everybody gets subpar service. It's not like they smile up with one person and then diss you and things. So that's unfortunate, but like Lisa was the one that had the main interaction with them, and I'm going to have to back my wife with that. Like when that kind of vibe goes off, I think too many times of people of color, we try to question like, am I being too sensitive? Am I being too sensitive? And the thing is, if I was being too sensitive, I think I would have sensed that vibe like everywhere else. I didn't get that vibe anywhere else. So
and you know, I am,
and it might be just have been that day.
So like Dan just made that comment, and I think I am one of those black people that kind of try to rationalize things and try to make things better, and I'm trying to be reasonable. Was she overwhelmed? Was it a language barrier for her? Was it just a bad time, a bad, you know, like I try to kind of give her the benefit of the doubt, But to me, the experience was kind of like, especially when we've received so much love from like everybody.
So I feel like you try sit on the fence. What is a number 1 to 5 that you would give as far as
the thing is, I would try one of the rolls. I would go back and try some other things, but just know that like customer service is like subpar. So customer service, I'm gonna give that a 2 hearts on that.
Overall, no. What would you say?
Overall,
Lisa has to give the overall on this because I really had no interaction.
Okay. All right. Overall, no, like we're not gonna do an in-depth like the other ones, but I'll give it a 3. 3 hearts.
That's generous because I was saying like a 1 means I'm not coming back. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a 2 to me from what I hear, but like I'll go back. I'll give you another shot.
Like I said,
and
the
I will
rolls
definitely
looked good.
Yeah, I'll definitely be the first person to turn on back the camera and give you your redemption song. So
yeah, exactly.
If you recover in the next one, you know, we're giving you another shot. But yeah, so that was this trip. Stay tuned for more. We're gonna be doing this a lot more frequently, especially because this is so local to us.
Yes.
It's like finally I felt like one of the things that I've had to get used to, and we've had friends come and ask us like, you know, what's the difference between here and South Florida so far. We joke about like 20 minutes is reasonable. Like 20-30 minutes is everything. 30 minutes. This is like everything. a 10 minute drive. 12-minute drive. So we found our first like local round the corner, like just quickly, like we can be there. I can get down to the ranch as quick as I can get to Taco Bell, and like why would I if that's the 2 options?
Definitely. So we're gonna go back and we will bring you along the next time we go.
Look out for more episodes from the ranch or Orange Blossom Flea Market, and see you on the next Foodie Fridays.
Bye. What? Have you seen that video with the little girl? She's like, bye! Bye! You ever seen that?
I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all.